Hello. 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 I see y'all had came in here on this live when I set it up. Quarter boys, quarter girls. Hello. Is y'all here? I'm just talking to y'all real quick. We ain't gonna be here too long. Bimp got the trenches jumping. It's been a lot going on. The Winter Play Olympics is here. Quarter girls, quarter boys. And I just, hey, boo. I just I want to get my shit off uh, on how I feel about the Winter Play Olympics presentation here today that I witnessed. I get that it started last night. I wasn't aware. I was doing my own Olympics. Yeah, so now I gotta turn this down. Hold on. Yeah, now here we are. Here we are. And no bullshit. I've honestly given it all day on one device or another. Now I did get the essentials done. Y'all know my morning routine. We edit. We gonna eat. We gonna shit. Gonna take care of hygiene. We gonna go collect eggs. We done did all it. Okay, we done did all it. And now we're nearing the time where husband finna come home, and I'm gonna have to get off this shit. But I still ain't get. It ain't give what it was. Baby, they was scrolling too motherfucking fast. Baby, it was so many questions left unanswered. But it was so much stuff that was said to answer questions that you had to be there to understand what answers was given because the questions were not asked today. You understand what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying? And so those of us who were here, okay, sis. Those of us that were here, we remember. We remember. And y'all, it took me back to a couple of different situations. I remember when Amari and Cree had came over here and got into it. Remember y'all? Y'all remember that? I remember it. And there were some things, accusations being thrown on both sides, and I didn't know I didn't know what the fuck was going on. This shit was before me. Hey banana. So yeah, today's Winter Olympics. Hey, MT, what's the deal? Today, Winter Olympics production answered some of those questions that I had back then when Amari and Cree got into a little spat over here on the panel. Okay. And them accusations were thrown. I think some of those questions I had again, they were answered with those text messages and oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. And then it also took me to another event. Quarter girls, quarter boys, y'all remember. Y'all, if you remember, you remember. Hey, big O, you ain't want to answer my question in 8 chat either. You had started acting like Cree because they were scrolling fast, but I be seeing my people because I want to look out for y'all. Y'all my people for real, in this metaverse. And I did see Big O what somebody had said something about you and some nudes of yours. You got nudes? Was it the same Big O? It's another Big O. What Big O? Who you sent your pain to? You can't be sending unsolicited pain pictures, Big O. Crazy woman, what's the damn deal? Hey there. Hey, D Show. Ain't much to do about nothing going on. And the next time I go live, I promise y'all our kind of content live. The Mo3 trial is moved all the way back to there. Y'all voted, majority wins. Y'all said y'all ain't want to talk about Julio Fulio. I've been Julio Fulio. Okay? That's why I be having to catch the after effects of the shit that be going on in the sector. But once I catch him, I try to, see what's going on if it pique my interest. And this one piqued my interest because, Big O sending out nudes. Okay. And like I said, when they did the presentation with 88 and her text, right? When the last group to start having a split, when they began to split, 88 released her text messages, and they went line for line as if they were reading it like a transcript, paperwork, documentation. Um, but this one, both Nurse Cree and Mink were really scrolling fast on their threads, and they were moving the phones to the side. They were showing and not showing, and so to me it was just a lot of scattered pieces of this one puzzle. And so I was hoping that maybe, when this person went live, I would, you know, they would surely, or when that person went, and it got to the point where I was like, okay, Room Shaker, just open up hell. I was really, the trenches, I really was like, okay, so I know the complete picture will come together in one centralized location here in the trenches. But then, Cooling Head came up there, and Cooling, you was not there. It's just that simple. And like you said, you always there. Well, duh, we know it. We know that you be behind the scenes. We know you ain't never went nowhere. Don't none of y'all that be going to all them other sectors, never go nowhere. Because I look at other content and I still, be seeing what the fuck go on here, or it gets sent to me. So, as far as Godmother being Mink Mama, whether she is Mink's mom or not, I like that profile. That profile has always been kind to me. Okay. But it also brought me back. Let me tell y'all another. I'm bouncing around, right? Because, babe, I was chilling. I was smoking my reefer that the doctor prescribed me. I feel good. That's why I want to get my shit off about it so I can leave it be and tend to what I tend to here uninterrupted. So yeah, I think I told y'all the last time that I concluded from the Big Mahia to do with the Sony exec. It just seems like the tables have turned, right? And for me, a lot of this is historic plays. It's like they're trying to redo sitcoms we've already watched. So if you just be careful, and pay attention to whatever you're giving your energy to, you'll see that a lot of these are reruns or spin-offs from shows that we were previously presented, leading all the way up to when I predate, okay? Because when I came, it was right after the big split. And if you were there for the big split, that was the split that occurred between Polar, MHB, um, Den Mahia, Cam talked too much, and the sector changed again, right? If you look at the data, if you look at the data and you look at the previous episodes, what it appears to me as of today's current presentation, Cree, did you do that to Polar and MHB? We laugh about them tender cocks that be on him. But what about the tender cooties? Do we have no? Okay, well, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Because I'm a woman. And so while I wasn't here for you and Polar's scandal, when y'all met and y'all were hopping from Airbnb to Airbnb, resulting allegedly in a pregnancy, I was here for when Polar popped out. I want to say last year, was it, you guys? I don't know. Fact check me on the date. But if you were there, you know that this actually occurred. Okay. I was there for when Polar popped out and gave a rendition, a recap of what had occurred between you and him, Cree. And I remember because I went live after that, because I'm a girl's girl, I'm a woman's woman, right? And so I was like, Cree, I need you to get Polar back, because don't let him talk about you smell like this and that. And it had the clothes hanger, whatever situation happened. They had the murder scene, Cree would whatever had came from there, right? So, I was just thinking about it. Cree, did you give MHB Polar's information? back then? Because didn't today's presentation, didn't it show that I think I heard maybe that you had given MHB Duck's information when he decided to go at Duck? I think I think you were upset about that because it really tripped me out when, the you and Duck scandal came about because I know how you felt about his brother. So I was like, whoa, wait. And this wasn't like YouTube stuff. This was like real stuff with someone who's in the medical profession. And so, it caught my attention. So Cree was in between MHD and Polar Bear. I don't know. I'm not saying that I wasn't there. But if you look at the data, is what I'm saying. The likelihood is more likely than not. It would explain things. How was MHB getting all of Polar's information? Who had all of Polar's information? What was the common denominator between that situation, Broadway's situation, and Duck's situation? And maybe, just maybe, when Mahia be saying Polar don't want to tell the truth, again, that's a question that I've always asked because I wasn't there when it happened. I came afterwards. But he always said that it wasn't about a page. Then Cree popped out with Cam. He's now her client. And so I wonder if that's why Polar and Cam really fell out. I wonder if that's why Mahia thought Polar was childish, and he went with Cam because, respectfully, men probably would look at another man like, are you really tripping about this internet? You can have old lady, but them whole, oh, okay. It's just like it again, y'all. Today, these folks are something else. Look at the patterns, absolutely. And I don't care what the majority says. They'll say, well, madam, you know what you're talking about. You're trying to insert yourself. Listen, I don't go around inserting myself in anything. The only information I've dug up is on my son's case and Mo3's case, and I've shared that with my quarter boys and quarter girls. I'm very transparent about what I do. I don't do to people what I wouldn't want done to me. So, and I don't play with the federal government for some bullshit. Okay. So going off what's been presented to me, I understand that the motion having majority might have been waiting in some water somewhere else when these things were brought over here to the Sonya quarters. Just like they're saying now that K Kira name is now coming up. No. She had been a part of the Playlympics for quite a few seasons now. I've only been knowledgeable about this cast productions since it came to the quarters back then with Creed. She was having that meltdown. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Kakira was very much a part of the story back then. And not only that, but in more recent times, when the scandal about Cree and Duck came out, former Louisiana Payday did her coverage of that scandal. And I remember during that production, Mink was on the panel. And now, don't quote me because I'm not saying verbatim. I, in fact, would love to be corrected because I know that I'm there. But Mink was saying that before anybody knew, K Kira knew, and Mink was like encouraging or trolling, some may say, K Kira to tell how she knew. And K Kira say that wasn't true. That Mink was lying. Mm-hmm. I remember that. Mm-hmm. Now, how I know K Kira was in this cast productions back then with the Broadway Jazz Longway and Nurse Cree scandal. I won't say. I don't care what nobody thinks. I will not be the one to bring that to the forefront because it has not yet been brought to the forefront, and it's not my production. I was just so happened to have bear witness to some, behind the scenes scripts. hmm These folks let this app have too much control over their lives. The chat is safe. Well, it's safe over here. This is definitely a safe space, okay? And I'm fair. And if I mention anyone's name, they don't have to worry about me mentioning their name for clout. um, I don't want their clout. Their clout is trash. Um, yeah, but they could come and clarify. I don't mind. I'm impartial. Yeah, but Amari, you were right. You were definitely right. And whenever you finish stealing out of City Trends today, for Bertrand's oversized feet, that's squeak and lean. And those big old pants that rub between his thighs. Um, I'd love, I'd love to hear your opinion on this because it just looks Cree. You can get mad all you want to. You can get mad all you want to, Cree, about my assessment. But perception, I'm entitled to perceive what y'all have presented, and I do so unbiased, and I do so by just waiting on the facts to come out. Yeah, they got into it over here, and there were some allegations, and I remember one of them was Amari telling Creed. They both accused each other of doing voodoo. You know, they always claim that I play with cards and everything, but in this episode, they had both accused each other of it. Now, since that day, I've heard them both in several other situations. Uh, Amari has never came forward as someone who practices. In fact, she has come forward consistently saying that what she does believe in does not permit that. Cree, I have seen you since then consistently speak evident that you practice. Not only that you practice, but you also participate in the promotions and sale thereof and production because you had voodoo dolls for sale just a couple of months ago, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember that you were saying that Amari was the doxer, that Amari was doxing everybody. Creed, according to Mink's um poorly shown exposure of those SMS messages, it was you who, in fact, had paid for people finders to give you information on Gigi with Golden Girl with the Chopper. In fact, according to Mink's presentation today, Cree, I was able to see because what I did was I went on ahead and put it on the projector. So it wasn't squinching at my phone or anything. I put it on the projector, it was on the wall. So I was able to see the comments and which were showing what Mink was showing on the screen really well. Okay. And you had, in fact, sent a People's Finders report. You had, in fact, sent a picture of Coolant and her children. You had, in fact, sent a picture of Gigi's son, I think. I can't even remember what Mink said his name was, but Mink did say the name of the child. And you also sent a picture of what was supposed to be Gigi. Hey, Kelly. What was supposed to be Gigi in the store with her kids. Now, I in that, I'm not sure what time frame it was, but at one point or the listen, let me just say this real quick. I done fell out and worked it out and fell out and the people died in my head and they don't even exist anymore with several people in my tenure here on this app. If we're all cool like that, hey Slum, and we bitches, right? We females, we women, and we group chatting and shit. Ain't no telling what we don't say about what's presented to us during the time of our being coolness. You know, So that's what's happening, right? They had a period of interwebbing, gang ganging. Okay. They had created a circle, and then they had several spin-off circles. Big O got caught up in one with nudes. Okay. Big O, you still have not answered that question. To whom did you send your ping to? Okay. Because they're sharing it. I saw that on Mink's presentation. Absolutely. I was expecting a little more on TT's still talking. I'm not gonna lie. It was her, Isha, and Room Shaker, and I was like, okay, they're gonna get down to it. TT's gonna definitely break this down, right? I saw that TT was a little reserved, and I didn't wonder why, because I had also saw that one of those spin-off circles involved TT as well. Like they communicate as well. They have their own circle. And so I get it. This is close to you. And so this is not a fallout that you want to partake in. So I couldn't get what I wanted from there. I didn't want to go live about this and get my shit off. I really wanted it all to just come together because, hey, great job. Bravo. Quarter girls and quarter boys. I want y'all to see that 2K and a quarter Winter Play Olympics is kicked off. They're doing really good, right? Started with Brandon and the family breaking up, which we all really knew what was coming. You know. There's a lot happening. The ship, went where it went. Sanity's back, y'all. Sanity is back, and she was somewhere saying that in the quarters she gets mistreated. How about that, Slump? Yeah, that's what she was saying. She said it to me that, she gets mistreated over here. She says, my people mistreat her over here. That's what she said. Now, y'all know I ain't let her lie on y'all. But she's back for Winter Play Olympics 2K and a quarter. Yeah. Yeah. It just was crazy. It was crazy. I don't know if I should go ahead and drop the link and give it 30 minutes, or if I should go ahead and end it and let y'all get back to Bimps. But I'm going to give opportunity because I've spoken many people's names. I'm going to go ahead and extend the invitation to the panel. Yeah. And then I'm going to try to remember, if there was anything else. Did I bring my... Hold on, y'all. Let me get my cigarette because I left my cigarette that the doctor prescribed me in the living room. Just uno momento. Oh Lord, they got Max and the Bato and Duck. Okay, and another thing, another opinion. This isn't an assessment. I didn't assess this. I didn't gather this from anywhere. It's just a quick opinion. Yeah, I think Broadway had gave Duck permission to fuck with Nurse Cree. And unapologetically, I'm saying Nurse Cree fuck with Duck for Get Back because she couldn't get to Broadway. Okay? And I'm saying that Mink was pretty close to Broadway during that time. When the stuff happened with Polar and Cree, and then I wasn't there for that, but I was there for Candace and Polar. And I know, Cree, you were very upset about that as well. Hi, Shawanda. Mm-hmm. Put your lighters up. Eat it. You remember, Slump? You remember because you was there. Slump, could you see it? Could you see it? Right? T3 and he had sent his ping pick out, and Cree, they linked up out the app, right? And whatever she had going on, they kept having to move Airbnbs or whatever had happened, right? And I wasn't there, so I can't tell you what came in between what I'm saying. Correct me. After that, the fallout with Pola and MHB happened. MHB sent them t-shirts, right? That was after that, right? Pola and Cam split. When? Let me know when was all of this? Can you put it in chronological order for me, so I can see if what I'm assessing is even, is even realistic? Shake up, hit the pound. Since you wanted to go on mute everywhere, and you was mild about it, and you was trying to tell the truth, but everywhere you went, people had different reasons for the way that they handled the situation. Like I said to TT, she's close to it, so she don't want the scandal to come out, and that's understandable if it's people you fuck with.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. I'm on borrowed time. I only got 3 minutes.
Oh, well, go on and get your shit off.
Not what you wanted.
Why people acting like they don't remember what happened?
I don't know, and that's why I say I'm asking them, is it any way leave it here, because they still don't want all the truths out. So I guess if the truth start coming out, it's gonna bring more and more to the table. So I feel like we should just stand down and let it work itself out, let it walk off. But of course, the agitators, the instigators, and the people that want the tea, whatever they think that they're gonna get from this, or they want to see them crash out because they've been making everybody else crash out. I think at this point they're just gonna stir the pot until it turn out to be what it is.
Well, after this, me getting my shit off, I'm gonna let it go. But I'm gonna tell you why I wanted to see it. Since I wanted to see it go ahead and play out. Not that I wanted to see it, because I didn't wish they did this. I woke up today and this had been done. Okay. And once what had been done today had been done, I wanted them to see it through, because apparently it's gonna keep coming up
Right.
every motherfucking year because they won't go through it. They keep trying to get over it, go around it, come under it. You
And
know
now
what
I
I mean?
think that now that you done attached the ops to it, they know what buttons to push because it evidently is a sensitive subject.
So what I said is, I wonder how, in my assessment, it's more likely than not that back then Cree gave MHB Pola information.
She probably did.
It ain't no coincidence that Cree came out recently after talking about Cam is her client. They probably been back since back then. I wonder,
And with that being said, I think that's probably why it's being handled the way it is. Because I was wondering, Paula been on mute and he pop out to do his content. But when Paula popped back out, he popped out on Nurse Cree bringing up the shit she did and how she called him with the blood everywhere and all that other stuff. So it is what it is.
facts, facts. I was just saying it. And I said maybe that's why Mahel be telling Pola he don't want to talk to Pola and tell Pola tell the truth. And the truth is something that unless you was privileged to be in the behind the scenes
Okay,
with
madam,
it,
I gotta go. I'll come back if I
go
can.
ahead. Go ahead. I'm glad you kind of said that much because I had actually just said that. So now if y'all wasn't there, y'all should know I'm telling the truth about what I said then. But Slump keep following me. That's probably what Mahel, Texas player. What if Pola and Cam them fell out behind some pussy? Which pussy? The common denominator. The passer of information. The mad day doxer. The black magic practitioner. So let me take a life jacket from a bitch I really didn't like behind this nigga because too much of my truth coming out. And I don't like it. And fuck, I lost my nigga. Surely this nigga ain't gonna want me no more. No, it wasn't that. You don't think so? So do you think Cree could have gave MHB Pola's information? Like scratch the Cam and Cree fucking around. That was a way out there conspiracy theory. Right. But what's more likely than not, that part that I was talking about is if when Mad Day came, Cree gave MHB Pola's information. Because how many people knew the Bear's personal information, his real name and address and shit like that back then? Where everybody had the P.O. box. Because she for damn sure doxed the shit out of Gigi and Mink expose earlier. And like I said, bro, I really, it's 30 minutes now. Y'all need to go through it. And then maybe y'all don't need to go through it because fuck it, let's be honest. It's gonna bring numbers, right? It come out with a bang. Mm-hmm. But for me, it's just not sustainable because we keep getting to these block ages where the narrative starts to change to how many Skip Jones it has and who are all of the many Skip Joneses. The fuck do that have to do with the price of tea in China? All of the participants in the winter and the ones in the Paralympics, they all have multiple different personas, profiles, tenure, places they are frequenting. They all do. This is what they do. Like, and we be entertained by it. So I ain't talking down on them. I'm just pointing out a fact. Y'all need to come on and go through it, bro. That's what I would like to see. That's when it would be worth it to me. Probably send y'all a cash app or a super chat or something. Pay for a membership for 1 month. Contribute financially too. When you finally do that. That shit, that'll be worth it for me. Mm-hmm. Okay, Mrs. Richardson, that's what I'm talking about. Because that's what I strive to give to y'all. Every time I hit this motherfucking live, I strive to give y'all me. And truth and transparency. Okay? All of what I want to give y'all with an understanding that on CERN's World Wide Web, where I'm giving it to you, I'm accessible by an infinite multitude of entities. And I don't give a fuck. If I did, I wouldn't come. Because here I am. And it's some shaky motherfucking profiles on this board. And the reason this script ain't gonna come out is because a lot of them, they so motherfucking real. They'll pick that motherfucking rock up when y'all walking together on the motherfucking train track. And they'll hide that motherfucking rock. Like you can't see that bitch. They'll fall back. Go work on something over there while you keep walking. They come up and pah! Throw that motherfucking brick and hit you dead in the back of your motherfucking tail. Knock your motherfucking ass out. When you come to, they're gonna be right there helping you, investigating who did it, because it sure wasn't them. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of them on here. It's a lot of them on here. It's a lot of them on here. So that's it. I think I done ducked. Oh, y'all heard that. Y'all gone back over there by Bill. I'm gonna go to the Julio Fulio replay from today on the motherfucking screen in there while I fix husband his dinner. I like to fix it when he walking in so you can have it fresh when he get out the shower and stuff. And I'm through with this shit. They still playing something. Let me get my shit out this remove, unpin, Creed, you brought that to the quarters. I sure wish you'll come straighten that shit out over here, man. You know what I'm talking about? You should come straighten that shit out over here, man. Cause I ain't dislike you. I ain't know what the fuck y'all had going on. Wasn't trying to get in it. But from that, once you had took that Mob Squad life jacket, went over there, you went to painting pictures too. Remember that little live you did with your subliminals about one of my prescriptions that the doctor prescribed me, nurse from MI quick letter next door. You know, you do a lot of shaky shit. But anyhow, bye y'all.